Armada Kickoff is brought to you by Dream Finders Homes, Community First Credit Union, Winn-Dixie, Baptist Health, and Bowden Eye and Associates.
Hello and welcome into Armada Kickoff. Just one more match to go in the 2016 season, Sunday against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We'll look back on the year that was with the candidates for Goal of the Year, and we'll look ahead to the final test for the Armada. Plus, we're going to hear from head coach Mark Lowry, and also Mauricio Ruiz and Andy Kidd will be right along as well. But let's start with this past Sunday's matchup, the longest away trip of the year in Edmonton. By the time the Armada and Eddies kicked off, there wasn't much to play for. Edmonton was locked into the number 3 spot in the postseason, regardless of the result. And the Armada, weary from travel and ready to play their 4th match in 12 days, could have been forgiven if they just mailed it in. But that's not what happened.
Final road trip of the season for the Armada in Edmonton. Take on the Eddies, early stages. Tommy Ambiobi getting deep, and look at the snuff job there by Miguel Gallardo. Just stops everything. Ambiobi very active in the first half. Beautiful cross here, and Dustin Correa right on the doorstep. Maybe 3 feet away from the goal, sends it over the top. You see this from time to time. Boy, this is a hard one to get over. Take another look at it as Correa has the opportunity and somehow from that distance just sends it all the way over the top late in the half. Armada on the attack. Nice little 1-2 from Ilundu to Keita. Keita rejected, though, by Matt Van Oekel, who's been terrific all year long. It was 0-0 at stoppage time when this hoser got on the field. Made about a 2-minute delay in things, and this is when the craziness began. Well past the 3 minutes of stoppage time. This foul initially signaled by the referee as a free kick just outside the box. Take another look at it. Here's the replay. Looked like Mishak Jerome got the ball first, and as you can see, the referee is indicating free kick from just on the edge there. They showed the replay on the big video board. The players were pointing at it. You can see here that the referee is not looking at the video board. He is in communication, though, with the other officials with the earpiece. So he's waving it off, saying, no, it's just going to be a free kick. And now he's having the conversation with the other official, and then he points to the spot, and it becomes a penalty kick. And Daryl Fordyce puts it away. The celebration on in Edmonton. The Armada have to feel like they had one taken out from under them. A 1-0 loss to the Eddies.
Yeah, the ref made a decision. I'm not going to say that the video replay enhanced his decision, but I'm not going to say it didn't either. So that was a tough one. We move on and we forget.
You're 10 yards from the ball. You made a decision. Why are 3 people 60 yards away impacting that if they're not looking at the replay? And I'll be totally honest. In the moment, I thought it was a foul, and then I rewatched the replay, and it's as clean as could possibly be, which makes it twice as hard to swallow. So I feel bad for Mishak. It's a hell of a tackle he made, and we get punished again.
All right, here are the numbers from this past Sunday's match. Pretty even all across the board. By all rights, this very easily could have been a 0-0. Could have been 2-0 also if Correa had put it away and the call went the same way. Armada had the best of possession, despite the fact that they were playing 4,000 miles away from home and their 4th match in 12 days. Quite an accomplishment considering what they'd had on their legs of late. Now let's head to the Analyst Roundtable, presented by Subway.
Players that you can switch around, and we're going to be very strong.
We saw a lot of different players, a lot of different lineups.
All right, welcome in the Analyst Roundtable, presented by Subway. Mauricio Ruiz, Andy Kidd. All right, Andy, what about this penalty call in Edmonton?
I think in that situation, that late in the game, stoppage time, game probably should be over. But in that situation, in such a crucial call in the match, you've got to stick with your original call. His original call's right outside the box. He sticks with it. The assistant linesmen are there for a reason to help him get it right, but he's closest to the play. He's closest to the play. He sees it. Run with that. If it's human error, it's human error, but that's part of the game.
Right, and I think to the letter of the law, I think you're absolutely right. But I'm going to play the other side of the coin here. I think the right call was made eventually. Okay, so now this becomes the conversation of the instant replay. If there was instant replay, and you can see how easily an instant replay can be utilized, right. I personally believe the right call was made. Did he get contact on the ball first? Yes, but he got a lot of player inside the box, shouldn't put himself in that situation. So I'm more excited that there's an opportunity to see how a replay can be used.
All right, well, let's talk about what the NASL may do as far as this is concerned. What would you like to see them do with regards to the play and with regards to the replay theory in the big picture?
Well, obviously, I don't think they can go back and do anything about the game, right? But I certainly reprimand the referee for going against against the book and what he's able to do. Coach Lowry after the game was perfectly clear. In the rule, you cannot go back, and you can't use instant replay in that case. So I think I would like to see the NSL see, well, that's a possibility that maybe we can start talking about it and reprimand the referee and apologize to the Armada.
Yeah, I agree completely. You can't go back and do anything on this game. But it does show, I think, that the fan, especially if you're a Armada or Edmonton fan in that game, you really want to make sure they get that call right. It's such a huge call. It's a crucial call. Now, you can't open up Pandora's box and replay every call on the field, or did it go off of them for a throw-in or off of them for a throw-in? That would be just terrible. I mean, labor intensive, and it would slow down the games. But I think for those game-changing calls, just like they do with the goal, they had the goal cam, they had the goal line official and national team games, and I think at the MLS level now too. But I think you could do that.
All right, Andy Kidd, Mauricio Ruiz, more coming up from you guys here in just a bit. Let's hear now more from Mark Lowry. With just one more match to play in the season, I asked the Armada head coach to reflect on 2016 and what's been accomplished. Here's Coach's Corner, presented by Asana Wellness Center, the official training facility of the Jacksonville Armada.
I'm proud of the way the guys have responded to the information. They've been very open-minded with taking new tactical information on board. And I can honestly say to a player that they've done everything they can. They've given all their effort in trying to implement it. And I think we've seen a good foundation being built, which will only make us stronger for next season. So just their response and their work every day has been a joy.
How will you tactically approach Sunday from a player usage standpoint, and also just from a, when it gets down to the last 15 or 20 minutes, is there anything different that you can pull out?
We've thought about it. It obviously has been the last game of the season with this particular group of players. Everyone knows the nature of this business. It obviously won't be the same 26 players that we have on the roster for next season. Everyone knows that. So, do you want to try and give some people those last minutes in front of a good crowd at Community First Park? But like I said, we want to do that. There's a human element to it, but also there's a job, and the job is to beat Tampa Bay. It's their last game in the NSL. We saw the announcement yesterday. They have nothing to play for apart from local pride. It's a Florida derby. We might not see them again for a while. So let's try and finish on a high note.
Does that announcement impact anything from your standpoint? Is there any added motivation? Is there something you can use, or is it just, all right, well, they're doing their thing, let's do ours?
I think with when there's always pressure on players when they play. You always put pressure on yourself, no matter what the situation is. Now, they don't have anything to play for. They're not in the playoffs. We don't have anything to play for. So it could be an open game of soccer. It could be an entertaining one that the players play with a little bit of freedom. There are some things that we still want to get better at. And it's another 90-minute opportunity for our players to spend time together to get better at certain things that we want to implement for next year. So I think that's important as well.
Well, it's that time of year, time for the year-end awards, and you can help decide both the Armada Goal of the Year and the Player of the Year. Just go to armadafc.com to cast your vote. Let's take a look at the 5 goals and 6 players who are submitted for your consideration.
The first candidate is the latest goal scored in Armada history, Keita scoring in extra time to give the Armada the victory over the Charleston Battery in the U.S. Open Cup played at JU.
Keita scores, the Armada up 2-1 in extra time.
Next up, Zach Steinberger starts his time with the Armada with a beautiful goal in the opener of the fall season. Meshach Jerome's cross, and Steinberger puts it away with class.
Meshach Jerome, cut in, shot, goal! Great goal by Jacksonville, and Steinberger has put the Armada ahead 1-0.
The Armada with a chance to win on the road for the first time in history. Jamal Johnson's free kick is sent in on a little flick-on header by Keita. The Armada win 2-1 in Ottawa in Mark Lowry's head coaching debut.
Jamal Johnson on this free kick. Swings it in, a header, and a goal! Keita scores, the Armada lead 2-1. Jamal Johnson made the right decision.
Maybe the prettiest goal of the year in Puerto Rico, Zach Steinberger's long pass. Set up by Matt Boehner, and Charles Ilundu puts it away. This is a thing of beauty.
Alondu, an inside move into the box. Alondu, left-footed, scores!
And then the celebration to follow with members of Section 904 who made the trek from Jacksonville to the island. Finally, Matt Boehner, 88th minute in Minnesota, the game winner.
Free kick by Jacksonville, and down by Gebhardt. Boehner! Matt Boehner gives Jacksonville the lead.
Those are the candidates for the Armada Goal of the Year.
And you can go online to armadafc.com to vote for those. And here are the 6 candidates for the Player of the Year. You can vote as well at armadafc.com. You've got the leading goal scorer, Charles Alundu, the most reliable, Tyler Ruthven, maybe the most exciting, Zach Steinberger, Matt Boehner. Boy, the goals he scored were so important this year. Kevon George just got it done as a holding mid, and Keita. Total of 6 goals this year, including that one in the U.S. Open Cup against Charleston, the all-time goal scorer in Armada history. All right, here's what the Armada have coming up. Just one last match, and it is Sunday. Tampa Bay Rowdies at Community First Park, a 4 o'clock kickoff. It's Fan Appreciation Day as well. A lot of giveaways and really a chance for the Armada as a club and as a team to say thank you to the fans. Come on out, enjoy a beautiful afternoon at Community First Park, and send the Armada off in style. Coming up, we'll look back at the penultimate weekend of the NASL, one that included a player proposing with some help from his friends. We'll go around the NASL, plus Mauricio Ruiz is back in the Armada boot room. Stick around, more Armada Kickoff is straight ahead.
To enter for your chance to participate in the Winn-Dixie Bubble Battle, visit your nearest Winn-Dixie in your Armada gear, take a selfie, and post it to any of the Armada social media using the hashtag WinnDixieBB. 2 winners will be selected every Wednesday during a home match week. Assemble a team of 3, and you're ready for battle.
1 weekend left, 1 playoff spot unclaimed. 2 teams still alive. Let's go around the NASL, presented by Nike.
Let's start in Fort Lauderdale, where Rayo OKC continued their charge. 9 straight unbeaten for Rayo. A 2-0 victory over the Fort Lauderdale strikers, Sebastian Ibiaga and Pekka with the goals. Fort Lauderdale eliminated from postseason contention, while Rayo is in play for the number 4 seed. New York Cosmos, Miami FC, 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes for the Cosmos. The loss officially ends Miami's hope of advancing to the NASL Championship semifinals. Cosmos extend their home unbeaten streak to a league record 19 games. They finished the 2016 home schedule, 14 wins, just 2 draws. Then after the game, the Cosmos, Danny Zatella, used a little help from his friends. A marriage proposal right there on the field. Yeah, I guess she said yes. Everything going well for the Cosmos in 2016. Carolina Railhawks, Minnesota United. Railhawks did what they had to do to stay in contention, but it wasn't enough. A 1-0 victory thanks to Matt Fondy's 7th goal of the year came in the 52nd minute. Railhawks beat Minnesota United 1-0. Indy 11 is going to be the number 2 seed. 3rd straight game. Indy got 3 goals and a victory. 3-0 over Puerto Rico FC. They finished the season 13-3-0 at home. Eamon Zayed with his 15th goal of the season. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Ottawa FC. A 1-1 draw between the Rowdies and Fury. Ottawa ending a 4-game winless string at Al Lang Stadium. Georgi Ristov scoring his 11th goal of the year to even things in the 48th minute.
All right, here's how the NASL fall season looks as we get ready to move forward in 2016 and move on to 2017. Cosmos have the fall season wrapped up. It's the combined standings that have the intrigue. Edmonton clinched. Indy clinched. Cosmos clinched. The 4th spot up for grabs. Rayo OKC. Right now, Rayo and Minnesota are even on goal differential. That means that if Rayo were to lose and Minnesota were to win, Minnesota would get in. That's the only way Minnesota United can make the postseason. Otherwise, Rayo OKC will be heading to New York to take on the Cosmos in the first round of the NASL Championship semifinals. Now let's head to the Armada boot room, presented by Yemtech. All right, here in the Armada boot room, Mauricio Ruiz. And one of the things we wanted to look at here was late in the game, last 15 minutes, you saw some things that are really underscoring how Mark Lowry's message is being heard and accepted by the team.
Right, so the team has been playing some really tight games, especially on the road. So 10 minutes left, it's a 0-0 game. Teams tend to either go for broke and change who they are a little bit. And that's something the Armada really haven't done. They continue to develop their identity. Some of the clips that we have within the last 10 minutes of the game and how they're creating their chances and how positive those chances are. Look at the players inside the box. Look what it means to them to have guys all the way around. Now, this is the last 13 minutes of the game. And the Armada just creating opportunities. Matt Banner just gets forward. Anthony Wallace was forward on this side, and they create a bit of a half chance, right? If you look at the clock, 82nd minute of the game, about 8 minutes left, and most teams would just, Miguel Gallardo, the goalkeeper, would just kick the ball long. But no, the Armada continue to have really good distribution, really healthy positioning from their players. Mishak Jerome, you see there Kevon George in the middle of the field.
So a lot of teams in this case are just streaming everybody forward.
Absolutely.
Right? But you're seeing a more patient, mature approach from the Armada.
Well, absolutely. You see Anthony Wallace getting forward, and the players really aren't just kind of losing their shape. Everyone has really good shape, and if you freeze the frame there, look at Matt Banner once again getting forward. Still really good separation in the midfield, in the attacking play, and they're creating opportunities from here. Charles Orlando getting himself out wide. Now it's kind of green light from 1v1. He's got to do a little bit better to beat Van Oekel, the top goalkeepers in the league. But once again, that was really positive build-up. And you see the last one here comes from a repossession of the ball. They lost it. Good defensive positioning creates good attacking opportunities. Kevon George gets the ball there.
And if Kevon George is going forward, he's not there to get the ball back.
Right. So these plays, like I think you mentioned before, they could be happening at any moment in the game, and they're happening in the last 10 minutes of the game when teams typically go outside of their system and see second chance opportunities come. I think there's just a discipline to the play. There's an understanding of roles and functions within the team that Coach Lowry has instituted since he's come on. So it's important going forward because now, as he's trying to improve on the quality of the players on the team, he knows exactly where the pieces need to be added on, need to be improved, and players on the team that have a better understanding of how he wants to do things going forward.
Well, it certainly gives you a lot to look forward to for
Absolutely,
2017.
yeah. Very
Mauricio,
positive.
thanks so much. Mauricio's going to come with me, and we're going to be rejoined by Andy Kidd. We're going to talk about who's going to win the NASL Championship, who will get into the NASL Championship. Stick around. More Armada Kickoff is straight ahead. It is time for you to renew your 2017 season tickets for the Armada. Be a part of things in 2017. Mark Lowry will have all offseason to put things together for the Armada. If you renew by November 4th, it's your chance to win a trip to the NASL Championship Final. Call 844-2-ARMADA or go online to armadafc.com and become a 2017 season ticket owner.
Players that you can switch around, and we're going to be very strong.
We saw a lot of different players, a lot of different lineups.
Welcome back in the Analyst Roundtable. Mauricio Ruiz, Andy Kidd. All right, Andy, what do you think here? Fourth playoff spot up for grabs this weekend. Minnesota or Rayo? Who do you have?
I think it's got to be Rayo. They are peaking at the right time. I think 9 games unbeaten, and they are just on fire. And Minnesota's kind of going the other direction.
Yeah, I think statistically you would have to go with Rayo at this point. You'd like to see Minnesota get in there because they seem like the better team. But I think you mentioned on the radio show yesterday, I think there's 5 World Cup experienced players on the Rayo OKC. I don't see them turning off right now.
Yeah, they're doing a terrific job finishing strong. Let's talk about the Armada. Player of the Year candidates are out of those 6 finalists, or maybe you like somebody else. Who's your pick for Armada Player of the Year?
I like to go with a player that's a little more consistent, and I would personally go with probably the unattractive one, which is Tyler Ruffin. He has been.
You just called Tyler Ruffin unattractive.
Because he's a defender.
Right,
Defenders are unattractive.
It's not a sexy pick.
It's nothing to do with his visual. It's
and now he's not sexy either.
You know, I'll battle that out with Tyler later. I just think he's the most dependable player. I think he's a guy that's been there for the team the entire game. I think he's missed probably a couple minutes the entire season.
Right.
So
missed 1 game, didn't play in 1 game, 90 minutes. Everything else full time.
I would go with him.
I can put Zach Steinberger out there as one of the most complete players players. You know, we
Huge
said,
impact.
Yeah, we talked about him being pound for pound one of the better players, most complete players, defensively, attacking. If he was there in the spring as well as the fall, I think he would win it. But he would be my vote if it was just based on the fall.
What do you want to see, Andy, out of the Armada on Sunday against Tampa Bay?
I think the same thing Coach Lowry wants to see. Finish strong. Let's see some of these guys that are in the fold for next year, put them out there, see how they can continue to grow together. I mean, they've won 2 games on the road. They won a home game. Should have beaten the Cosmos, in my opinion. So they're on a nice little streak. Edmonton's completely unlucky, in my opinion. And so I would definitely continue to build for next year.
Yeah, I want to see how they rebound from a controversial game at Edmonton and kind of come back feeling good about themselves and kind of showing the character that these fans want to see and what the team is going to look like next year.
All right, Andy Kidd, Mauricio Ruiz, thanks so much. Coming up, a look ahead to the season finale. Stick around, more Armada Kickoff is straight ahead.
Sunday's match will not only be the last match of the NASL season, it will be the last NASL match for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The Rowdies announcing earlier this week that they'll be joining the Tier 3 USL after the season comes to a close. Rowdies have been having a bit of a goal slump of late, haven't scored more than 2 goals in a match in more than a month. Jacksonville and the Rowdies played the last match of the spring season and the first match of the fall season, both finishing in 1-1 draws. Junior Sandoval scoring for Jacksonville in the last spring game, and then Zach Steinberger in Tampa Bay scoring for the Armada. It's a rivalry match to end the season.
All right, here is the information on Sunday's match. 4 o'clock kickoff at Community First Park. Fan appreciation, a lot of giveaways, and a great opportunity for the Armada to say thank you to the supporters and everybody who came out to Community First Park this year. It's presented by McDonald's. Tickets are available by calling 844-2ARMADA or by going online to armadafc.com. And remember, you can get the very latest on the Armada online at armadafc.com. On radio, Sports Radio 930, we have the Armada Coaches Show on Mondays at 6 and the Armada Soccer Show Wednesdays at 6. Sunday, you can only see that Armada against Tampa Bay matchup on CBS Sports Network starting at 4. Thanks for joining us right here on Armada Kickoff.
Armada Kickoff is brought to you by Dream Finders Homes, the mark of a quality home.